Lesson 8, Defeat of Internal Enemies. Now, my dear children, in the last lesson we learned how Shivaji had to face four great enemies, his powerful opponents, the Mughal Emperor of Delhi, Sultan Adil Shah of Bijapur, the Portuguese of Goa, and the city of Janjira. Now, we also learned that he captured the fort Thorana and he renamed it as Prachandgarh. Then we also learnt that on the hill Muramdev, he captured the fort, he built it, he completed it and named it as Rajgarh, which became the first capital of Swaraj. Now today we will learn how he defeated the internal enemies by use of force. The simple Maratha folks called the Mavlas loved Shivaji and were ready to help him to die for Swaraj. But there were some who were jealous of Shivaji's achievement. Shivaji decided to put such people in their place. Now, who are these? These are the Marathas. Few Marathas were jealous of Shivaji's achievements, and so they wanted to disturb him in the plan of establishing Swaraj. The first Maratha which we are going to see, who was an internal enemy of Shivaji, is Kandoji and Baji Ghorpade. Now these were the two Sardars who were in the service of Adil Shah, and Adil Shah constantly told them things about Shivaji and they were very angry. So they wanted to have a fight, a battle. And so they fought with Shivaji all the time. They created trouble for Shivaji. And then what happened? Shivaji did not like all these things, so he defeated them and drove them out. Now another Maratha Sardar from the Nimbalkar family, Bajaji Nayak Nimbalkar of Paltan, was Shivaji's own brother-in-law. We know that his wife Saibai belonged to the Nimbalkar family. And so this Bajaji Nayak, his own brother-in-law, also was constantly fighting against him. Shivaji had to fight many battles against the Nimbalkars. But later on, this family became friends with Shivaji and they supported Shivaji Maharaj. The other Maratha Sardar, that is Sambhaji Mohite of Supe, was also a near relative of Shivaji. He too plotted against Shivaji all the time, and so Shivaji arrested him at Supe and banished him to Karnataka. Banished means sent him away to Karnataka. Now, Chandra Rao More of Javali, yet another Maratha. Now this Chandra Rao More of Javali was very, very powerful. He had many people who supported him. Now because Shivaji achieved many things, people loved him and he won over the hearts of many people. Now seeing all this, the Mores did not like it. They felt Shivaji as a mole in the eye. So they were also against Shivaji, another internal enemy for Shivaji. Now, the Javalis of the Mores of Javali had Jagirs and they were Jagirdars. So their Jagirs extended from Raigad to Koina Valley. It was a long place, a big place. And along with this, the title of Chandra Rao was also given to them by Adil Shah. Now this Javali was a place which was covered with thick forest. That means it was so thick that even during daylight, the sun's rays would not penetrate into it. Penetrate means could not pass through this thick forest. So it was very dark in this place. It was full of wild animals like tigers, wolves and bears. So no one dared to come near this place. It was like the Mores' hideout, a tiger's hideout for the Mores of Javali. So no one would even cross their path. No one came to fight with them. But it was only Shivaji who had the courage to do so. Now, Daulat Rao More died in the year 1645, and so they started fighting. The descendants among their own family were fighting for the succession of the throne. Now, who will sit on the throne was the fight between the More family. Now, Shivaji backed Yashwantrao More. Shivaji supported him, helped him to ascend the Gadi as Chandra Rao. Gadi means throne. Now, when Shivaji helped Chandra Rao, that is the new person who came on the throne, Yashwantrao, he was very happy, was pleased with Shivaji, and he told him that I will support you in your struggle for Swaraj. But after he sat on the Gadi, he forgot all the promises that he had made to Shivaji. In fact, he started troubling Shivaji and attacking Shivaji's territory and harassing the people. Now Shivaji realized that unless More was punished, he would remain a constant danger to Swaraj. Rebel and you will die. Now Shivaji sent a stiff note to Yashwantrao More, and he told him, you call yourself the Raja, but I am the Raja of this territory. This kingdom is Lord Shiva's gift to me. So he told him, don't call yourself Raja, because I, Shivaji, I am the Raja. And listening to this, what did Yashwantrao do? He said in a rude reply, you are a Raja only of yesterday. Who gave you this kingdom? He's asking Shivaji, who gave you this kingdom? Who made you Raja? But he's telling you, if you come to Javali, you will be trapped. And so he says that I am the king and I have received this title of Raja from Adil Shah. And so he said that he was very proud about it, that he was a Raja of Javali, and Adil Shah had confirmed this title on him. Now he said, if you don't listen to me, it will be very bad for you. And if you start any trouble here, you will be badly hurt. Now on listening to this, Shivaji replied, give up Javali and your pretensions of kingship. Come before your master with folded hands and accept his service. This is what Shivaji told the Yashwantrao More. Now what happened? Shivaji was firm that he has to put this Yashwantrao More in place. So the conquest of Javali was difficult, but Shivaji was very bold because this place was covered with thick forest and was protected by Rairi fort. No one could go to this place. And the Mores also had many people to help him, numerous followers. But Shivaji thought that he has to do it and attacked Javali. Now Yashwantrao tried to fight for a month, but he suffered heavy losses. He then escaped to Rairi along with his family. Now Shivaji conquered Javali and then he marched on Rairi. Now what is Rairi? It's a fort where Yashwantrao and his family were there sitting and taking care of themselves, protecting themselves against Shivaji. Shivaji went to Rairi fort and he laid siege to the fort of Rairi. That means he, along with his soldiers, his Mavla friends, they surrounded the fort and they were fighting against Yashwantrao. Now Yashwantrao also fought desperately for 3 months, but he could not succeed and finally he had to give up. And so Shivaji could capture this fort of Rairi as well. Now let's see what happens. Fort Raigad. The conquest of Javali was very important landmark. It was a very important landmark. Why? Because this doubled the boundaries of Swaraj. That means the place, the Jagir that Shivaji had became more and more. And Yashwantrao's army too joined the forces of Shivaji. So he had more place and a big army as well. The strong Rairi fort became a part of Swaraj. Now Shivaji was very happy to have this fort under his control. He changed its name to Raigad. So Rairi was changed into Raigad. This slide, the picture that you see on the screen, is the fort of Raigad. That is Rairi Fort, which was changed to Raigad. The name was changed to Raigad. Later on, Shivaji built a new fort on the Bhorpia hill nearby and he named it Pratapgarh.